You know, this makes me miss the good old days when Bruce Wayne was going down on Catwoman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded Tony Tone Deaf here, and we've got a article here from Bounding Into Comics from the great John F. Trent, who's doing the Lord's work over at Bounding Into Comics. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. You'll know every time I upload or go live. So we've got a rumor here from DC Comics. Will Superman go gay? This rumor comes from Ethan Van Sciver over at Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and let's take a look here. Sciver's known for his work on Green Lantern with Geoff Johns, as well as his independent works such as Cyberfrog and Rainbow the Brute, as well as so much more. Ethan seems like a busy man. In his recent YouTube video uploaded to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, titled Superman is Gay, Shocking DC Comics Scoop, Van Sciver claims they are coming for your children. The Cyberfrog creator then recapped the recent retcon of Tim Drake, aka Robin, into a bisexual. Sciver explains, just recently, DC Comics announced, much to the ballyhoo of newspapers like the New York Times, and to the shock and dismay to newspapers like the New York Post, that Robin, Tim Drake, is bisexual now. There was this whole thing on Twitter about how Robin is going to be exploring his sexuality. Comics used to be about having adventures. Comics used to be about characters fighting evil, fighting colorful, scary, cool villains, and all of that, he continued. So Van Sciver added, somewhere along the line, they became almost entirely about identity. It's almost like, at this point, there is very little money in mainstream comics, and the one way to definitely get a little extra attention, to get some press, is to announce a character is trans or bisexual, or there is a trans or bisexual or homosexual in the comics. Sciver continues, I just wanted to say that there is absolutely nothing wrong if you are gay. You are Comics Gate. We love you and you are welcome. And there should be gay characters in comics. There should definitely be gay characters in comics, he stated. A little bit later in the video, Van Sciver states, I just found out, I got a little bit of a scoop about what DC's plans are. Nobody knows this yet. It really hasn't been announced except by me. The plan is that Superman's book, I guess Clark Kent, is going bye-bye. Van Sciver then begins to talk about the history of Superman. DC Comics has had a lot of problems maintaining the trademark for Superman because he's old. He's an old character and his family desperately would like money. Because of their family, their ancestors who created Superman got completely fucked over. And that's sad. I mean, Superman has made, billions and billions and billions of dollars in revenue, and those two boys who made up the Superman got bupkis. They were Jewish, so they got bupkis. They got nothing, he continued. So, Van Sciver then returns to the information he heard. So anyway, Clark Kent is going bye-bye, and they're going to replace him with Jonathan Kent, and then they're going to announce that Jonathan Kent is gay, so Superman is effectively gay. And this seems like more and more of a trend. You know, back to what Ethan Van Sciver was saying, Uncle Ethan was saying about basically the comic book industry not making money anymore, so they have to garner shock attention. They have to, I don't want to say throw everything at the wall, because it seems like the same lump of shit they keep throwing at the wall, where they take a character and change their defining characteristics, and at that point, it's not that character anymore. Like, I don't know who Jonathan Kent is. I know who Clark Kent is. He's been around for a long time, and not that it hasn't been said before, but if you are in the comic book industry, try telling good stories. Try telling stories that are engaging, that are broad, and are meant for a mass audience, you know, or even a niche audience. Whatever works, as long as they're selling. But this, you know, changing our characters, changing the stories we love, that's not the way. And it doesn't matter if you're turning a straight character gay, you're turning a gay character straight, you're turning a black character white, or a white character black. Us fans don't like that kind of change. We jump into these sorts of mediums for escapism, and it's hard to escape if you're shoving modern day politics in our face constantly, or if you're somebody who was never into the comics in the first place. And it really gives off this sense of we're in control of your characters now. The characters you loved when you were in high school, junior high, reading these comic books, and I was off trying to sit at the cool kids table. Well, now I have control of those characters, and the narcissistic thing to do is twist them around into what you think they should be. And, if you were really that smart, you would create your own characters. If you were that creative, you would create your own worlds, but you don't have that ability. You guys are just like the kids inheriting the fortune. And that only lasts, 3 generations, and the money's all gone. And look at where we're at with comics, These people didn't create Superman, so they don't have that same connection, that same bond. And, whether it's Superman, whether it's Tim Drake, whether it's Captain America or any of these other characters, they need to twist to their own narcissistic liking. They don't have that same bond. They weren't there at the time when the character was created, or understand why they were created, because sometimes the world is just a dark place, and we all wish we had a Superman who could just fly in, take out the trash, and kind of fix all of our problems, because again, it's supposed to be escapism. It's supposed to be, I wish, in a perfect world, maybe Bruce Wayne would swing in. He'd be a billionaire who would use his money for something good, and he would swing in and save us from these assholes out on the street. Or Superman can fly in and solve these problems that just seem unbearably huge. Way more than what a man can handle. And I don't know. When we start reflecting ourselves onto them, because I've always looked at these superheroes as something to aspire to, but and maybe I'd see a little bit of them in myself. So it's a whole different mentality with these people. Again, it's narcissistic. They're not interested in it unless it reminds them of them. And I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a healthy mentality. Now, also, as the famous saying goes, take this as a grain of salt. Again, this is a rumor from Uncle Lethan, and we'll see where they take us. But it's seeming like this is more and more of a common trend. At least once a week, once every couple weeks, we're changing one of our beloved characters now. I don't know how this is going to look when we go back in history, but to me, it just seems like cheap pandering, cheap heat, cheap pops, and just cheap creators. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Again, don't forget to like this video, share this video. The Clown World Review is making inroads towards that 1,000 subscriber goal. One day we'll be there, and it's all thanks to wonderful viewers like yourself. So again, thank you. I'll be back later with some more content, and I hope everybody has a great day.